Friends, welcome to Biology Made Easy. Today in this video, we'll discuss about vacuoles. So earlier we have discussed the endomembrane system, and in the endomembrane system there are four parts. One is the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, lysosome and vacuole. That means the vacuole is also part of the endomembrane system. So where these vacuoles are present and what their function, let us discuss. Usually the vacuoles, they are prominently present in case of plant cells. In case of animal cells, the only small vacuoles are there or maybe absent. But when we are telling about vacuoles, mostly it means that the vacuoles present in the plant cells. So these are usually non-cytoplasmic. These are non-cytoplasmic areas within cytoplasm. Within cytoplasm and surrounded by a or separated by a membrane. Now, how these vacuoles are formed? Usually the vacuoles are formed by pinching of the endoplasmic reticulum. That is formed by pinching of the endoplasmic reticulum. Usually the vacuoles are of four types. One is the sap vacuole, food vacuole, contractile vacuole and gas vacuole or air vacuole. Let us discuss one by one. So first we will discuss about the sap vacuole. The sap vacuole, it is prominent in case of plant cells, and it's so big in size that it covers about 80 to 90% of the cell volume, so that the cytoplasm and the nucleus, they are pushed to the periphery. The cytoplasm present only in the periphery just as a line. That means if you draw one diagram of a plant cell, then we'll see that the vacuole covers about 80 to 90% of this cytoplasm. That means this is the vacuole, while the nucleus and other things, they are only pushed at the periphery. This is the nucleus, and the cytoplasm is present only periphery. That is covers so much of space, and it is separated from the cytoplasm by means of a membrane. So this membrane which separates the cytoplasm from the vacuole separated from the cytoplasm, this is known as tonoplast, while the inner contents, they are known as tonoplasm. Now the tonoplast, just like that of the cell membrane, it is also that is selectively permeable. It is selectively permeable. Selectively permeable, and it has also several pumps and channels, and it has pumps and channels, and the most important pump is the proton and ATPase. This pump or channel is very important, because when this pump operates, it pushes the protons into the vacuole, so that it is always almost the tonoplasm is always acidic. Always it remains in the acidic condition, and the acidic condition usually it ranges from 5 to 5.5. The pH ranges from this. Only in some cases, in case of it ranges from 2.5 in citrus fruits to 7.5 in case of usually vacuoles containing proteins, that is protein containing vacuoles. So when the pH varies, then the color also varies. That is why sometimes the vacuoles are known as vegetable chameleon. vegetable chameleon, because with change in pH, the color slightly changes as the chameleon changes its colors. So it is also known as vegetable chameleon. So this is about the structure. Now, what is the important functions of this sharp vacuole? We will discuss the functions. The most important function is increase in cell size. Usually, the sharp vacuole present in plants, it absorbs water and it swells. That means there will be increase in turgor pressure. The turgor pressure increases, and due to this increase in turgor pressure, this cell grows in size and it swells in size. But in case of animal cells, what happens? In case of animal cells, if the cell will grow in size, it has to accumulate more and more cytoplasm. But here, by simply accumulating water, this size grows. That means it is a very cheap method of without much expenditure. In a cheap method, it grows in size. That is the difference between these plants and animal cells. That means a cheap method of increase in size in comparison to the animal cells. The second point is transport of ions against concentration gradient. That means from low concentration to high concentration, it can pump ions. Then the third important function is storage of proteins. Particularly in case of fruits and seeds. So the fruits and seeds, they provide a particular flavor, and that is due to the storage of proteins in the sharp vacuole. Provides a particular flavor. That is one important. Then another important point is it contains water soluble pigments. And the water soluble pigments, they may be anthocyanins, and among anthocyanins it may be red, blue or purple colors, while it may be anthocyanin, and anthocyanin it is varies from ivory to yellow color. So these are the water soluble pigments, anthocyanins and anthocyanins, they are present in the plant cells, and these colors, they are responsible for imparting different colors to the flowers and fruits, so that they help attracting the insects for pollination, and birds and animals for dispersal of fruits. That is the important function. Then another function is it is a storehouse of toxic substances, toxic and waste substances. Storehouse of toxic and waste substances. Like animals, in plants there is no excretory system. So when there is no excretory system, how these will be removed? So these toxic substances, usually what happens? Now the toxic substances, they are also known as xenobiotics. And these also contain maybe heavy metals, crystals, all of them contain. So the cell can function normal way, because all the toxic substances that are present are stored here. That is known as xenobiotics. Then another important function is it functions as the lysosome of plant cells. Lysosomes are present only in animal cells, they are not present in plant cells. Then where the digestive enzymes of the plant cells are present, that means it is the sharp vacuole which contains all the digestive enzymes which are known as acid hydrolases. acid hydrolysis. Then all the digestive, whether it is nuclease, protease, lipase, carbohydrates, all these enzymes, they are present, common known as acid hydrolysis, they are present in the sub-vacuole. That is why the sub-vacuole is also considered as a plant lysosome. Then another function is that is the alkaloids, tannins, and also that is the latex. They are also present in case of the vacuoles. So this is alkaloids and tannins, they provide protection from the animals. Protection from animals. So these are some of the important functions of the sub-vacuole which are usually present in case of plant cells. Now let us discuss the second type of vacuole. The second type of vacuole is usually contractile vacuole, and the contractile vacuole is usually present in the freshwater protistans. Then the second one is contractile vacuole. So the contractile vacuole, they are usually present in freshwater protistans. Freshwater protistans. They are also present in paramecium. Now usually what happens? These contractile vacuoles, since their membranes are completely permeable, water enters into it. So when water enters, they swell in size. And this is known as a diastole. Then the vacuole will move towards the cytoplasm, where in this it will donate cytoplasm, it will donate water to the cell membrane, and now it will relax. So that is known as systole. Then the vacuole will move toward the cell membrane. Then it will collapse, which is known as systole. That means just as we measure our blood pressure, so here also there is a diastole and systole. That means there is a continuous contraction and expansion of this contractile. That is why the name contractile vacuole. That means its main function is osmoregulation. And likewise continuously it contracts and expands, or the diastole and systole occurs. Then the third type vacuole, that is known as food vacuole. The food vacuole is also present in certain protozoan protists. And this food vacuole is nothing, it is simply the lysosome plus phagosome. This is lysosome plus phagosome. The phagosome contains solid food materials. So when these two combine together, it usually gives rise to the food materials. Then it digests it. Then the digested food moves to the cytoplasm. That is the function of this food vacuole. Then there is a fourth type. The fourth type is known as gas vacuole or air vacuole. So this is usually present in some of the prokaryotes like cyanobacteria and some photosynthetic bacteria. So present in cyanobacteria and photosynthetic bacteria. And usually these gas members, they are surrounded by, that is non-unit membrane. That is also a non-lipid protein membrane. That means the membrane which surrounds it, that is not unit membrane like that of the biomembranes. that is also not made up of lipid and protein. And that membrane is permeable only to gases, but not to other things. So that is permeable only to gases. And its main function is usually it provides buoyancy. It provides buoyancy. So these are the different types of vacuoles present in different organisms. This is a part of the endomembrane system. So I hope now you have a clear understanding about the vacuoles. We wish you a very bright future. God bless you.